The real-life fake wizard's most recent video on Marathon might be his worst take. Before we start, I'd like to clarify that I like the real-life fake wizard, and I find most of his takes relatable. I understand him as a content creator and support his views. He is anti-modern gaming, often mentioning how games have transitioned from simple entertainment to a digital conditioning regime. Without a doubt, we can all agree that he favors smaller indie studios as opposed to larger AAA studios. This stance, though important to my argument, is not this video's main focus. Instead, I want to focus on his most recent video covering Marathon, called Marathon is Visual Diarrhea. Now, he does make some very good arguments, like right at the beginning of his video.
This game has even larger shoes to fill because 1, it's Bungie, so expectations are high. 2, live service burnout is very real. 3, this game had marketing troubles throughout 2025. And 4, convincing people to leave the games they've already sunk time and money into is very difficult to do.
All of these arguments are valid and are major bullet holes in Bungie's plans to launch successfully. Then he makes some very odd arguments.
Marathon, however, is not playable. I think playable is the right word. The visuals in this game are so offensive to the senses. Marathon will trigger seizures in people who have epilepsy. God-awful presentation. This cinematic and the entire game is artistically intriguing in the same way you go to a modern art museum and you don't understand anything the artist was trying to say with their art, but that's not actually your fault. The artist, turns out, is just a smug moron. What?
Dude cannot be serious when he says this shit. And then later in the video, he'll go on and try to say that he's not hating on the game and that he's just trying to give it constructive criticism.
Now wait a minute, Wizard. If you're not interested in these characters and you're not enthused with this game, then that makes you a hateful, spiteful, negative grifter. Your toxic negativity clouds the positive gamer community, and you need to go. Oh, yeah. Content creators getting paid by Bungie to play this game are white knighting for it all over social media, and they're all saying nonsense like that.
And then he'll say shit like this.
The artist, turns out, is just a smug moron.
Like, what? Oh my fucking god. This might be one of the worst takes I have heard in a long time. Marathon's art style isn't modern art slop. It more so fits into the genre called graphic realism. Even that genre doesn't quite describe it, but it's not what he says it is. In my opinion, the art direction is one of the main selling points for me. Like, we really haven't seen this type of aesthetic in modern gaming for the FPS genre. But unfortunately, I cannot completely denounce his argument. His criticism is still valid in the sense that art is subjective. So to him, this may very well be not an aesthetic for him, which is completely fine.
Except it's not.
But whatever, let's move on to his next argument.
Marathon is a visual abomination. I have no idea what I'm looking at. Whether it's the 20 different fonts on screen, or the multiple text boxes that are hard to read, or the user interface that is confusing to look at. The text is competing with abstract shapes and colors that serve no functional purpose other than to make the menu look like the cover of a graphic design student's portfolio. Hey, I've got over a decade of experience working in marketing, in corporate marketing, mind you, and I felt like I was reading another language trying to play this game. The game makes me feel stupid.
I mean, no shit, you feel stupid. It could be argued corporate marketing tends to prioritize clarity and broad appeal over depth or artistic meaning. In other words,
You stupid.
They're not.
and he mentions that the different fonts clash with other abstract shapes in the menus, but he doesn't even show that. In the menus, there aren't any readability issues. Literally, the first thing I said to myself when loading into Marathon for the first time is, wow, this UI is actually really good.
Wow, the UI looks so clean, dude. This is the cleanest UI I've ever seen.
This right here just reinforces my previous point, and that is that he really just doesn't like the game's art direction. And like I said, that's fine,
Except it's not.
but it gets worse.
The inventory is even worse. The icons are tiny. Everything looks the same. You've got these little rectangles and you're hovering over each one trying to figure out if it's a mod or a resource or an ammo pack or a med kit. Is this a consumable? Is this a material? Is this important? I don't know, because it's a little colored square the size of my thumbnail sitting next to 30 other little colored squares. And there's also no drag and drop. There's different buttons to pick things up off the ground versus moving them in your backpack. Now, Bungie has acknowledged this, by the way. They've come out and said the UI is, quote, the biggest problem driving players away, man. Come on. Oh, and they're planning to fix it after launch, but they plan on keeping the font slop.
And I think this is when we have to ask the question of, can bro read? I think my boy uses glasses for a reason. It is really not that hard to see what's happening. I might be outing myself here, but I was literally high off the Benjamin when I first played this game, and I still could learn what was going on and what loot was what. At this point, he's complaining about not understanding the game quick enough. He's complaining about game knowledge. My boy, you are not going to pick this game up like your niece's see and say. Bro needs the cow to tell him what a cow says. I'm joking. I'm joking. Not only is this a dumb complaint, but it's getting fixed and he knows that. Bro spent a whole minute yapping about something that is going to be fixed, just to complain about the font slop staying, when the font slop had nothing to do with the inventory UI complaints. It just sounds like he went into this experience knowing he was going to hate it.
So let's say you get past the menus and you're walking. You're walking a lot. For a game that is supposed to be a PvPvE, you spend a concerning amount of time just wandering around empty space looking for something to happen. And when you do find someone or something, it's not like there's this sense of tactical standoff. It's instant. It's team deathmatch. As someone sees someone and you're shooting and one of you is dead in 2 seconds because the time to kill is so low that there's no reaction window.
Bro doesn't even have a contract selected. The whole lot of nothing happening is most likely him not giving himself something to do. Bro wants the gameplay to be soft served into his mouth. I like how most of the footage he has in the game is straight beginner shit, like he hasn't even upgraded his overheat yet. Also, did my homeboy not play Dire Marsh? There is inevitable combat on that map, lockdown events, seriously aggressive AI, and the TTK being low is going to happen when everyone is on beginner loot and upgrades. This is not a beginner-friendly game. It does not hold your hand, and that could be frustrating for people looking for an easy experience like Arc Raiders or COD. So don't play if you have the mindset of a 40-year-old who was down in the bloody mines for 48 hours today. Like, you will not have a good time.
The reward part is where Marathon kind of falls apart because I never felt like the loot was worth any of the risk. How am I supposed to care about the loot I get when I have no idea what I'm looking at? Is this ammo? I keep running out of ammo. They make a point to tell you that you need to manually restore shields and health separately in the opening of the game. Am I carrying a full backpack of shields here? I never seem to run out of health packs and shield refreshes, but heavens forbid I find more ammo in the extraction shooter.
My brother, it's right fucking there in your inventory. And does dude not realize you can bring as much ammo as you can carry? You can even buy it yourself. The ammo box comes with most of the sponsored kits, so don't give me the I couldn't add ammo argument. You're just admitting you played like a dumbass, therefore you got dumbass gameplay. And I'm not even trying to be mean here, like it's straightforward shit. Even I made the same mistake. But the difference is I knew that I fucked up, not the game. Forgetting to pack ammo is one of the most common mistakes in extraction shooters. It's like forgetting your keys. It happens. Back to it.
You know, consider this, right? If you're already playing Arc Raiders, or insert literally any other game, right? And maybe you've already made microtransactions, you've bought some stuff, but then also, maybe your friends are already playing Arc Raiders. Are you really going to drop $40 to start over with nothing, with no friends that have also spent the $40 on this font slop game that they're not gonna fix?
You're goddamn right.
You see, here's the thing. They did fix the game. There were some major changes made from alpha testing to the server slam. You even acknowledged the fact that they're going to fix the UI, and you laughed at it because they won't get rid of the font slop. Is his main criticism here really just the font slop? Something that has nothing to do with the UI issues? And is literally just a design and artistic choice? Like, is that really gonna stop you from playing this game? Because that's just kind of sad, not gonna lie. Like, I hate to say this, bro, like, you kind of sound like a snowflake, not gonna lie. I want to make the same argument so bad, but I'm like talking to a brick wall, so let's just move forward.
During the server slam, Marathon peaked at 143,000 concurrent players on Steam. That sounds decent until you realize Arc Raiders server slam hit 190,000. And then Marathon's numbers dropped. By day 2, it was 76,000. By day 3, 33,000. Losing more than half your players in 72 hours during a free beta is not a good sign. And unlike other games that are single player, shooter games that have demos are usually very important to have lots of players experience. And to see a drop-off as large as this, consider that this is people trying your game for free and deciding they'd rather do anything else.
You think it's okay? It's clean?
It is acceptable.
This is a great argument, and honestly, I'm having a hard time rebuttaling this. I guess all I can say is accessibility determines audience size. Depth determines longevity for a specific audience. Marathon doesn't need to be Arc because Arc is its own thing. Marathon has a serious chance to have a longer life cycle for a specific audience rather than staying safe and sacrificing depth for player counts. Now I'm going to end this here because for the rest of the video he goes on to talk about how Marathon won't even break even, which is total speculation. He speculates how much was spent to make the game, but no one can really say 100% what the cost was to make it. He uses an industry standard estimation that after platform fees, Bungie will pocket $24 in revenue from each unit sold. Again, you can't even confirm this. There is no reason to even take it at face value because it's just not true yet. The bottom line here for me is Marathon isn't Arc, and it doesn't need to be. I think the best quote I can come up with here is, "A game for everyone is a game for no one." And honestly, it's kind of upsetting to hear this from Wizard because he's all about non-conformity. It just seems like nobody gains anything from review bombing and shitting on a game for no reason other than the fact that you just don't like the art style. And if that is really what the issue is here, then I don't see a reason in vocalizing that because we all know art is subjective. So if you're gonna put something out there, maybe put something out that's positive, like talk about what your favorite games are, talk about what you support. But what you want is conformity. You want people to not like this game. And I don't know why, because it really doesn't hurt anybody to keep this game alive. And he can complain about people calling him a hater and him defending himself by saying he's just making criticisms, but he seems like a very intelligent person, and I think he knows that a lot of people will just watch his video and agree with what he's saying immediately and not even try the game. And then we wonder why High Gaurd failed. I mean, I didn't even like the game, but I wasn't online telling everybody to hate on this game and that it's bad and making criticisms about the art style just because I simply didn't agree with it. And there were some real flaws in the art style with High Gaurd. I mean, there were moments in the trailer where you could see the guns just not operating correctly and the characters not showing any expression. But in the Marathon trailers, it's cinematic, it's beautiful, there's a story, there's something to uncover in this world. And that's how the original Marathon games were. And I just really don't understand why people are trying so hard to hate on this. And I guess I can just leave this off at,
hey, have you seen what these characters look like? Are you really buying skins for these robots? Do you even care? Is anyone emotionally invested enough to want to buy skins for this? My gosh, man, the High Gaurd characters were more appealing than this.
Stand in the desert. Near them, on the sand, half sunk, a shattered visage lies, whose frown and wrinkled lip and sneer of cold command tell that it swinked to well those passions red which yet survive. Stamped on these lifeless things, the hand that mocked them, lifeless and the heart that fed.
yes, I am emotionally invested in these characters. I'm emotionally invested in this world. And I am going to play the fuck out of this game. And I encourage others to do the same. I'm going to be making some more gameplay videos on this on my first channel. And I haven't really made any videos like this before, so I hope this gets a lot of views, and I hope people understand to give this game a chance. And I will say, it's a lot more than just the gameplay. And if you're looking for something that's just a fast-paced shooter, there are plenty of games like that already out there. If you want a story, then you can join us. And you won't have to choose between Arc and Marathon. You can play both, and it'll be fine. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I haven't really done anything like this before, and I hope this gets a lot of views, and I hope a lot more people start playing Marathon because I enjoy playing the game, and maybe I'll see you guys in there with my Rook. Anyways, see you guys later.